Hey guys, we're going to do Treble Clef today. Treble Clef note names. Treble Clef. Now, I need to print you off some staff paper, or I will have things posted for you. But Treble Clef, okay, it looks like a backwards S. You have to practice drawing this. It sits on that bottom line, comes down and wraps around. It's the easiest way to draw one of those. Backwards S, straight down. All right. Now, naming notes when this is the clef. You always start from the bottom, say bottom up. Okay, you always go from the bottom up. And you use phrases. Okay, these phrases are just so you can quickly memorize the names of your lines and spaces. And after a while, you'll just be able to do it right off the top of your head. But for the lines in the treble clef, starting from the bottom, the names of the lines are E. We use this phrase, every. Second line is going to be G, good. Boy does fine. Now there's lots of acronyms out there. An acronym just means we make up a little phrase and we remember the first letter. Just a memorization tool. You do that on a lot of things. So starting on the bottom of a treble clef, if it's on a line, now notes are going to be, the line's going to go through them, okay, like that guy, or they're going to be sitting in the space, and they'll be in between those two lines. You'll always be able to tell in music where the note is. Doesn't matter if it has a stem on it or not. You look at the little circle. It's either going to be right on that line with the line going through the middle or sitting in a space. So for the lines, it's every. This is going to be an E. The second line is going to be the G. Okay, so that's a G, every good. The third line, every good boy. That is a B. The fourth line, every good boy does. That's a D. And then the top line is a F. Every good boy does fine. Right there, way up there. So I know if it's on the line in treble clef, E, G, B, D, F. Now, what about the spaces? Well, the spaces actually spell a word. You don't have to use a phrase because the spaces spell the word face. Face. And I'll kind of put this in between here so you can see the pattern. Face. F-A-C-E. So if it's, again, bottom up, the first space right there, notice it's sitting in that space in between the lines, is an F. The second space, F-A, right there, is an A. Third space, F-A-C, that is a C. Last space, F-A-C-E. Okay, so right up that staff. Now again, staff is 5 lines and 4 spaces. Notice the pattern. Starting with the E, if you go line, space, line, space, line, space, right up the musical alphabet. Remember, the musical alphabet only goes through G. When you look at a piano, after G, you start over. So after G in the musical alphabet is A. Okay, it's kind of like a loop. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, it just right. So notice right here, E, F, G. Start over. A, B, C, D, E, F. So really, guys, if you have, you just kind of have a day and you can't remember the phrase, all you need to do is remember one thing on the staff. And if you remember the concept that line to a space, to a line to a space is right up the alphabet, or going backwards would be backwards in the alphabet, you can find any of these notes. All right? Now, this is the quickest way to just learn them. But some days you just can't remember things, right? But let's say you remember, all you remember is, I remember the top line is an F. Well, if you remember that, you can figure out all the other ones by knowing that if I start right there on the alphabet, going backwards in the alphabet, I can get to any of my notes. Well, let's say, remember, the bottom line is an E or whatever. But fastest way, I'm going to throw some notes on here real quick. walk you through a few of these. All right, treble clef. F-A, that's an A. That's a line note. Every good boy does. That's a D. Bottom line, E. F-A-C, that's a space note, so I use face. It's a line note. I use every good boy does fine. Bam. Practice, practice.